All right, I'll call to order meeting of the City of Grande City Council regular session, May 6, 2020. This meeting is being held virtually through a Zoom session, and our councilors are scattered around town accordingly. So could I have a roll call, please?
Steve Comments.
Here.
Gary Lillard.
Here.
Corrine Dudo.
Here.
Nicole Howard.
Here.
Marianne Meisner.
Here.
Justin Rock.
Here.
Jim Whitbeck.
Here.
And we also have staff of Kim Hulse, Kayla Rock, Kyle Carpenter, and Mike Boquist participating on the in the meeting.
All right. Everyone has the agenda. I don't think there's anything else that needs to change. We have a consent agenda with 4 items: approval of the regular session minutes from April 1st, authorizing the city manager to sign an agreement with consulting insurance services, awarding a 2020 citywide contract, concrete contractor, and awarding contract for cleaning of the pre-aeration basin at the waste treatment plant. Does anyone wish to pull any of these items before we call for motion? All right, I'll consider a motion then for the consent agenda.
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Need a second?
Second.
Robert, could we have a roll vote, please?
Yes. Steve Clements.
Yes.
Gary Lillard.
Yes.
Corine Dudo.
Yes.
Nicole Howard.
Yes.
Marianne Meisner.
Yeah.
Justin Rock.
Yes.
Jim Whitbeck.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. We were accepting written comments for non-agenda items for the public's comment section of the meeting, but none were received. So we'll move on. We have no public hearings, no unfinished business, no new business, staff comments. Kim, Kyle, Michael. City manager comments.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just a couple things real quick. If you have been out and about, you can see that the streetscape work over by the SAC Annex has started. The sidewalk is no longer there. So that's ongoing. We're continuing to receive applications for the emergency loan program. We took a look at, I think, about 6 or 7 of those today, and some award letters will be going out. We do still have funds available, so people can continue to apply, and we'll take a look at those on a weekly basis as those applications come in and get processed. We have a work session scheduled for May 18th. It's looking like we'll also do a special council meeting on that date so that we can read into the record and hold a public hearing on the community development block grant emergency funding. We'll then need to convene the next day to approve the minutes so that we can submit approved minutes when they open the window for the application for the community development block grant. So we're kind of in a holding pattern there. Received the language on the public hearing notice that has to go out today, and I think that'll be published on Saturday, and there'll be an opportunity for people to submit written comments that will be read into the record of the public hearing. And that's all I had.
Good, thank you, Robert. Councillor comments. I'll start with Justin up in the upper left.
I'm good, thank you.
Gary?
Nothing.
Corine?
I've checked on with the airport commission, and they are proceeding with the renovations at the airport. As far as I know, in March, they were taking bids, and I believe they've awarded a bid, but I don't have that in front of me. And they're going to be moving forward with it. And maybe next meeting, I'll have a construction itinerary for you.
Good, thank you. Mary Ann?
Yes, Robert, one thing is, do you know when those bids might be open for you to apply
The bids for what?
for the community grant, the community block grant?
No, the state hasn't identified when they're going to release the application and allow us to apply. And it's going to be first come, first serve is the way that they're saying it. So we want to have that public hearing done, everything set. You've already done the resolution to give me the authority to sign everything and certify everything. This is just one additional step that HUD requires, is to publish a very specific public hearing, hold that public hearing, which we can do with written comments, as we're doing now because of the governor's executive order, and that will suffice. So we just want to make sure that we're all set in advance.
Okay, thank you. And then I attended the Northeast Oregon Housing Authority conference, video conference like this. And just to give you an update, we approved a 1.6% COLA increase for employees. We approved a 1% partnership management agreement with the Veterans Village, that Northeast Oregon Housing will be the manager and the property manager. And we approved the coronavirus emergency measures. And then also we approved the fact that the resolution, so they could continue, they can start on the housing project on East Q for, I think it's 120 units. And then also the report from them showed that there was no, the vacancies were very low and nobody has not paid their rent. So so Northeast Oregon Housing is doing well.
120 units?
I believe that's what it's, I was looking back on it and seeing if I could see how many units. It's over 100 units, I know.
That's a lot.
Right.
That's good.
And
yeah,
it's 104 units. And they're affordable housing projects that's on East Q Apartments, located on East Q Avenue. So.
that's excellent.
Thank you for that update, Marion. Appreciate it. Jim.
Yeah, only update is that the Safe Communities Coalition is doing Zoom meetings. There's a new director in place and she's up and running and going about as well as can be expected. Not a ton of activity though. Otherwise, a question for Robert, do you have any sense of if our business owners are having any luck with the SBA programs?
I know that we have had some businesses that have received some of the federal funding. I can't specifically identify which, but I do know that we are seeing dollars coming in.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Welcome.
And Nicole.
No, I'm okay.
All right, I have nothing other than to make sure everybody stays safe and healthy. News came out today that Baker County has its first confirmed case. Umatilla County is regularly clocking 3 to 4 new cases a day. I shared with Gary and Robert last week, I think it was a geeky thing. I've just been keeping track of the Oregon Health Association's announcements every day in a spreadsheet, and we're not going down. The state is not, the number of cases in the state is not decreasing. It's staying pretty steady between 50 and 70 new cases a day. So we peaked back probably 3 weeks ago, but we're on sort of a roller coaster now. It goes up and it goes down. So I am kind of concerned about the reopening efforts that I'm hearing around the state, particularly with the county and our surrounding communities. I hope people take the reopening as serious as they're taking the sheltering in place, so that we do this right and not see another pop of infections. And we've been really, really lucky in Union County not to have any more than just the 4.
I would just throw in here, it's not a committee thing, but we had a few meetings at Eastern this last week. And the lean at this point is pretty strong toward running online in the fall. It's very unclear whether collegiate sports will even happen. I think that's unknown, but I think it's also unlikely. We're being told to prepare everything to run online. If that happens, it's just going to be a different, the same as now, but a really different fall for us in this town. So something to think about.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for that, Nicole. And other than that, I'm done. And if we don't have anything else, I'll adjourn our meeting and wish you all the best. We'll see you as we will. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Two.